Hey, Grace. It's Stephen. I wanted to take just a few seconds on this week of Thanksgiving to talk about what it really looks like to have a posture of heart with gratitude. Scripture tells us to enter his courts with praise and enter his presence with thanksgiving. To be honest with you, sometimes it's difficult to do that. We've talked about the fact that, stressful times come and circumstances happen, and it's hard to find joy in those moments. But especially in the holidays, oftentimes, people are, maybe this is the first holiday that you've had after having lost someone that you love, or maybe this is a holiday time where you're going to be around family and the family dynamic is just kind of difficult. Maybe you're alone, maybe you don't have family, and it's difficult in those times to really truly find some kind of joy. Scripture tells us in James to consider it pure joy whenever we face trials of many kinds. That's not easy to do. In fact, it's downright hard oftentimes to find joy in the middle of some kind of trial, in the middle of some kind of tribulation, and in the middle of some kind of difficult situation. And so one of the things that I wanted to do is kind of bring to your attention what gratitude really looks like. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're happy in the middle of those situations. In fact, oftentimes the word joy doesn't mean happiness or this giddiness or anything like that. Essentially what it means is contentment, is to realize fully that regardless of the situation, we serve a God who is much, much bigger. We serve a God who's bigger than our doubts. We serve a God who is bigger than our fears, who's bigger than all uncertainties and all different circumstances. He's bigger than all of those things. And we sometimes need that reminder. And so what I wanted to do is just kind of throw out a psalm to you, Psalm 9, verse 1 through 11. And here's why. I think oftentimes in this type of situation, our adversary wants to come in, distract, distort, manipulate the way that we think about things, and just focus on our feelings about whatever situation that we're in. But listen to this. In Psalm 9, verse 1, I will praise you, Yahweh, with all my heart. I will tell of all your wonders. I will be glad and rejoice in you. I will sing praise to your name, O Most High. My enemies turn back. They stumble and they perish before you. For you have upheld my right and my cause. You have sat on your throne judging righteously. You have rebuked the nations and destroyed the wicked. You've blotted out their name forever and ever. Endless ruin has overtaken the enemy. You have uprooted their cities. Even the memory of them has perished. Yahweh reigns forever. He has established his throne for judgment. He will judge the world in righteousness. He will govern the peoples with justice. Now listen to this. This is huge. Yahweh is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name will trust in you, for you, Yahweh, have never forsaken those who seek you. Sing praises to Yahweh enthroned in Zion. Proclaim among the nations what he has done. And so, guys, even in this time of trouble, even in this time of distress, we have to realize that God is our stronghold. God is who is the person that's going to get us through all of these things. He's not causing bad things to happen. He's allowing us to rely heavily and totally on him because he tells us that he never leaves us. He never forsakes us. And in that moment, we remember, even in the distress, we remember who he is. And what he's doing in our lives. Scripture tells us that he works good for those who trust in him and who seek after him. And so if you're one of those that's caught up in some kind of situation that finds it difficult to find joy or struggles with some kind of situation throughout the holidays, I just want to encourage you to remember who you are, remember whose you are, and remember who he is. He's God. He's Yahweh. He's our King. He rules forever. And he works on our behalf to do some amazing things. The key is to keep our mind focused on who he is and thank him ahead of time for what he's doing, because he is working. I can't wait to worship with you guys Sunday. Happy Thanksgiving.